All right, so make your comments. Talk to us about Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. All right, so we're about to talk about Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. Let us know, what did you think of season 3? If you leave a comment here, we'll say it out loud, and it'll end up in the live stream. See all those typed words? That's our accessibility, where it's typing what I'm saying in real time. What's your Star Trek opinion? Hey, Maiamama, what's your Star Trek opinion?
I don't really have one, honestly.
That's not true.
I think it's all good. I think it's all great. I think Star Trek is, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I'm really that into Star Trek, to be honest. I'm just kidding.
Yes, it's a good thing that Maiamama is not on camera, because their nose would be getting so long. That is the silliest thing I've ever heard. You know who be having Star Trek opinions? Maiamama, who literally came up with the Trek rank board. Welcome to the Trek rank board, where Maiamama designs on a weekly basis Star Trek stuff for us to rank.
And I make
Welcome
pretty,
to Trek
and I make pretty pictures, and we get to rank them from one, which we call the Cisco of. So it would be the Cisco,
like God tier,
the top
God tier,
the
that's
Cisco,
God tier. Yeah.
And then at the bottom we have the Win.
Oh my gosh! Ooh,
which
we're talking
is
about
the opposite.
Maiamama, when we do a Trek rank of all of like the mega smart things like the Q and the Trelanes and the stuff, we're gonna have to include the Cisco in that.
Well, or I wouldn't include the Cisco himself, but I would include
you would just do the wormhole aliens. Here's the thing, I believe the Cisco is different and more special than the wormhole aliens, because the Cisco is mixed. He's black and human, and he also wormhole alien. That's complicated. It's kind of like Worf. He mixed. He got a lot of different stuff going on.
Worf does?
Oh wait, no, Worf's not mixed. He's from a he was a trans adoptee, but he's not mixed. I'm sorry.
But
he got together with. Yes, his wife was mixed, so his son was mixed. Which I guess we didn't talk about enough. All right, we're supposed to be talking about Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, though, season 3. I'm sorry, I will get us off on a Star Trek tangent.
You will. So let's start with the first episode of season 3.
Okay,
hold on. Now I'm like, where is the picture? Why isn't it showing? What is happening? I'm like, where are you? Hello, pictures. My pictures are not showing on my.
Oh, okay.
So I'm.
McGurm.
My whoosy, what's it? It's very annoying.
Your majigger. Your thingamajigger.
My OBS. My OBS. My OBS, I think is how you would pronounce it.
Your OBS. Your OBS. Is your OBS or your OBS?
I don't know. What do you?
I'm trying to put a video into my slide deck, and I don't know why it's not working. It's making me very annoyed.
So I'm like, there it is.
By the way, I am actively building a slide deck. Well, oh, nice!
So, we're starting
right, because this was part 2 from the previously on.
This is only from Hegemony part 2. Although, interestingly enough, when I was doing my voice to text on my computer, and I said hegemony, it was like, I don't know what you're saying. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I said hegemony, and it totally spelled it right, and I was not happy with that.
Okay, that's hilarious.
But because it's hegemony. But hegemony part 2, I just grabbed a few of the images from this episode. So
Maya,
because I was like, what happened in this episode? Like, in a quick glance through, we have Kirk, Ortegas, La'an and Mbenga stuck on the Gorn ship.
The Gorn, right? Or the
And
Gorn breeding thing. Is that what that is? Like
it's like a feeding. They were getting digested.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Ortegas was traumatized and half melted, and then stabbed.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
I actually really didn't think about it until I just started listening to that. I was like,
yeah, no, there's a reason why Ortega's like entire season arc was, I've been traumatized, and the entire season arc for me is getting over my trauma.
Because it was a lot. It was a lot.
Woo! And a lot of stuff happened to these. I'm realizing as I'm saying this right now. So Ortega's has an entire season arc that started in this episode, as does Marie, where Marie's arc is this interesting arc that is a season-long arc. Are there any other characters where it's like, oh, well, this is the episode where La'an is like, oh yeah, I'm no longer Gorn traumatized. Like, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. This was the episode where La'an was like, this is messed up, but I'm actually okay. Like, I've been through a lot of messed up stuff, and like, I had a minute, and then Mbenga and I, like, we connected, and then it was just like, I'm good.
But also, this is why her season arc is falling in love and dancing a lot.
I don't think it's falling in love. I don't think it's falling in love. I think it's allowing herself to have fun.
How can you be with Spock and not fall in love? Come on.
Logically?
You can't just like you can't just like mess around with Spock. You're gonna catch some feelings. You are. I'm saying specifically, you would not be able to just mess around with Spock.
Yes, but I'm not La'an. I'm not La'an.
Okay.
And also, we don't know what the future is. This season in particular, there's a lot of like, we know what the ending is, but we don't know the journey. So we have some things that happened on the bridge, and they had to jury rig some kind of lighting thing that Blinky blinked everyone to sleep in this episode. Did I remember the Blinky blink? They made the Gorn all go back to their homeworld and go to bed, and that was and they were like, no more Gorn, and that's the end of that.
We solved that.
Good job, team. And Erica's like, yeah, that was great. Yeah.
And now we get to say where we think this stacks up in terms of episodes in the season.
Yeah, and we can move it up and down. And I do think we have to do a straight. I do think we have to do the straight, since there's 10 episodes. We have to do 1 through 10.
You're right. One of these episodes will be the Cisco, and one of these episodes will be the Kai Wynn. We recognize that, like, it might be, out of all of the Star Treks, the Kai Wynn of Season 3, Strange New Worlds, is actually the Cisco of Enterprise, Season 2. So there are levels and complications to the Star Trek rank. So I see you, interesting, because I was going to say, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was really strong. I was actually really hyped for it from the previously on, and then it happened, and I was like, why didn't I like that as much as I thought I would? And I watched it again, and it's a well-written episode that does what it needs to do, but I didn't love it.
I'm going to stick it on a 9. Now, this is what I'm going to say. I was expecting a...
9?
So I was expecting... Claudia, we can change our mind, but...
I know, I'm just shocked.
But I was expecting a best of
both worlds, level of awesomeness.
Yeah, and I got, and instead we got Hegemony Part 2, which isn't a bad episode. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just
it's not iconic.
Best. And we're judging out
it's
of just
not iconic.
This season. This is just this season. Now we have the second episode of Season 3.
This was only the second episode?
Yeah. When I was going through putting the pictures together, I was like, wow, this season went by real fast. So, This is
Woo!
3 months. So this takes place 3 months later. Chapel had left, and then she comes back, and she has this boyfriend, and for some reason, and I can say, for some dumb reason, Spock thought, like, she was pretty clear, like, I'm breaking up with you.
Maya, no. Actually, can we talk? Well, actually, let's talk about this. Because I want to remember. I want to remember exactly what happened, though, because we've got the I'm ready to go. So they're all singing, and she sings, I'm ready to leave you. And then they have an adult style conversation and go, okay, we're not going to do it.
Right.
But then he's on a ship or she's on a ship. I just know there were Gorn involved. There was space acrobatics involved. And it got very romantic in outer space. Like, they were just zipping through zero G, but like there were vibes. But then did they have another adult style conversation after that?
Yes.
Or was like,
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so they had that moment, and then he was like, so that was something, right? And she was like, no, Spock, that was not something. I'm leaving. Right. And he's like, okay. But like, we'll see what happens when you come back. And she's like, no, Spock.
No.
I am not waiting. And he's like, I gotcha. Great. Then she comes back. And he's like, I got you this special book. And then she's like,
oh, and she's like, this is Corby, and I already told you.
This is my boyfriend. Well, no, here's the thing, is that I get, she wasn't like, she was trying to let him down easy. Like, she was very clear, we're not in a relationship, by saying, I'm not ready for what you want.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that. Like, that's not me. I'm never going to do.
Like, I'm not ready for what you want in a relationship. Like, that's not really my thing. And then she literally gets a boyfriend.
Right, where she's like, committed, coupled up.
And that sucks. We have Trelane, and he grants Spock's wish to marry Christine Chapel, because that's what he wants.
And there's a subtle design thing that happens in this episode that's very delightful, where in the reflections, you can tell people are not seeing that actor. They're not seeing this guy. We're seeing this guy. They're seeing somebody else all the time. Every single time.
When he's the wedding planner,
he's
an Andorian wedding planner, and then when he's the bartender, he's a
Vulcan. He looks like a Vulcan.
He looks like a Vulcan.
Right.
And it
is
interesting.
Why Spock talks to him and kind of trusts him.
Another thing, like I'm in this episode, we also see that during the 3 months after the Gorn conflict, that Spock and La'an like are dancing.
Yeah.
That they like are doing, like it's therapeutic for both of them, and they become good friends, and they talk about, because they're both like highly logical people that also have a lot of emotions jumbled up inside of them. And so they become friends. As far as we know, Marie's fine, guys. This is episode 2. Marie's fine. She goes to the wedding. They
cured her.
They cured her. They stabilized her with Illyrian blood. With the Illyrian blood. So we don't have to worry about Marie after this. At this point, we're like, Marie's fine. The costumes are great. The party is off the point. Ortega's is not feeling it. She's got to go look through a window and like hallucinate. She's like, I'm not good. I'm not good. Also, though, we see Beto, Ortega's little brother, who is he's her date. Because he's on the ship.
Yeah.
And this is the beginning of their little flirtation. They start out flirting because it annoys Ortega's, but then they actually start, but then they start actually like vibing. So that's fun. I love this episode. I thought it was a great episode. So I think it should go to at least, I'm gonna say like around a 3. What do you think? What is your
I like the 3. I like what you're doing. I like what you're putting down.
Okay, so yeah, because it's a great episode, and it's nice. Whimsy is always nice to have.
Yeah, I was gonna, like, here's my thing. Especially,
I was gonna say, especially with the different stuff that ends up happening. But go ahead.
Yeah. There's a lot of dark moments. Like whimsy is nice. I found that this might be an aspect of there not being enough seasons for episodes for Claudia's taste. 10 episodes, just I don't like it because it means you get. Yeah, because it means you just get dark whimsy, and it feels whiplashy. It doesn't. I'm not totally in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
At the time when I watched this episode, it felt like a confection that didn't have enough in it. But then by the end of the season, I was like, actually, upon reflection, that episode set up everything and was vital and very important.
So following the pattern, we just had a whimsical episode. The next episode, Shuttle to Kenfori, rather. Another whimsical episode. We see Mbenga, he's picking flowers, and we see like a little bonding mind meld. We see this fun gonna live forever ensign gamble. I mean, like, everything's great. Look at this guy. He's having a fun time. The little that guy's like, he's like, surprise. So like, that's a really whimsical
zombie
episode. He's like,
right.
Surprise.
So I'm gonna say this: Star Trek be doing genre exercises, and I am here for Star Trek's genre exercise. So when Star Trek's like, and today's episode is gonna be a cowboy show. And today's episode is going to be a pirate adventure.
They've always done that.
I'm always here for it. So this was Star Trek plus zombies.
Yeah.
But again, interestingly, I'm gonna do a shout out for they only had 10 episodes, so they did a really good job of seeding in the season arc in a way where it didn't feel like they were setting me up. Like I did not know. Well, okay, here's the thing. I knew that Gamble was important and something was going to happen to Gamble. Because, when they introduced Gamble, everyone liked him so much. And I was like, okay, this ends very quickly.
He's like, hey,
I
guys,
love
I'm so glad to be here. And I really feel
so
honored.
Plucky.
Did you guys
I'm
know?
plucky and positive.
I'm from the space colony, live forever. And everyone there lives a very long and successful life. I'm doing great. And they're like, we sure are, buddy. But this episode, what ends up happening is that Batel's Gorn DNA kind of surges. They have to figure out how to stabilize it, and so they decide that they're gonna get a flower called a chimera blossom. Apparently, this chimera blossom turned everyone on the planet into a moss zombie. So there's a bunch of moss zombies, but then also it's a callback from the episode from season 2.
Ooh. Don't remember the title. I'm very impressed. Maya's looking it up right now. It's the episode where Mbenga and that one Klingon dude got so emo. Oh,
I'm like,
drama.
Find it.
Like, it's all about, like, PTSD, but also it's all about, like, that Klingon thing of honor, but not, but yeah, but nah. So basically, this is that guy's daughter.
And
her honor was full of crap.
Yeah, Under the Cloak of War. This is the daughter of Dakra, and she's like, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Her honor was trashed because her dad trashed her honor. But because he killed her dad, she can no longer get her honor back by killing her dad. The only way to do it would be by killing him. So she's real excited when he sneaks into her territory, and she's like, awesome, I'm going to take a couple of Klingon mercenaries that I'm renting, and we're going to go down and murder you.
Yes.
Who
like
decided
Klingon
to
red
do that
shirts.
gig with her? Because, like, bad job. Not worth the money.
I mean,
Bad idea.
almost guaranteed slot to Sto-vo-kor, so I mean,
Maybe actually, you know what? I
guaranteed
bet
trip to Sto-vo-kor.
they were all people who wanted to get honor, and I bet you're right. Actually, Maya, I buy that they all wanted a fast ticket to Sto-vo-kor. It's actually a pretty hot title. That would be a great short story.
Two tickets to Sto-vo-kor.
Well, I like it. Like it's fat. Well, I like fast ticket to Sto-vo-kor.
I like it.
You'll be murdered by zombies. Gonna die in combat immediately. No survival necessary. Yeah, I like this.
So
We also had the red, a callback to red cloth being the thing that protects you from all germs in Star Trek. So that is a very special
bandana. It's made of it's made of
space fabric,
future materials.
Yes, it's COVID safe, is what we're saying. That is a COVID safe bandana he has over his face, which is why he doesn't turn into a zombie. I'm gonna give this a 7 because I'm gonna say yes to the 8. I'm gonna say yes to the 8. I'll be honest, I'm never gonna revisit that episode. No. I don't want it. It doesn't feel well. Oh gosh darn it! It's got interesting ideas though about I don't want to watch that episode again.
No, I personally don't like zombie stories, so like I'm not gonna watch that one again ever.
I don't like depressing Klingon stories that have no hope.
I don't like stories about convoluted Klingon honor. The next episode that we have is...
Wow!
Oh, am I doing this in the wrong order?
No, I don't think you are. I
just think
this is right. Star Trek Strange World Season 3 is giving you whiplash. Zombies, and now a very special holodeck / period joke episode that is 100% making fun of the original series. And I don't know if I like that.
Well, so this one is a space adventure hour. It's a holodeck episode. It's fine, and and they kiss at the end. Like,
costumes, fabulous costumes. I actually do like episodes that are explorations of technology and what happens if this technology is this or does that. My issue is, instead of them actually saying yes to the limitation, the creative limitation that is the time period that they're friggin' set in, they're like, what if you could do like a full, like, awesome holodeck episode like we would do, like for a Star Trek TNG, like season 7? But what if we did it for Strange New Worlds? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I love that. But this episode was interesting.
I have very little problem with this this is a temporary thing. This is a thing that we would like to try out. So you as a security chief, we're going to have you run through a program. That's our job. That's real. That's real. Like, yeah. It's actually kind of slice of lifey in a way, because it's literally her job to just like to like play through this thing. And then when she was done, she was like, because the thing is,
she was like, oh, that's too dangerous.
Well, because she went through it and it like kind of fucked with her feelings a little bit, and she was like, yes, she had like a good profound experience, and it made her realize that she did have she had feelings that she wanted to explore with Spock, and because they had an almost, and then she was like, ugh, and so it did help her with that. And then she went to the captain and Una and was like, this is not ready for everyone to have it. This is not I think she recognized holodeck psychosis, the risk for holodeck psychosis.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Because like everyone, like
Yeah.
she had like a full on like conversation feelings talk with a holographic version of Spock. And that's like, you know, I think that La'an is pragmatic. And so I think she was like, I mean, it was fun, but like, no, like this is not ready for widespread. So it's like kind of fun that way. But also, we only had 10 episodes. And I don't feel like this added to our overall story at all. I mean, other than like it did jumpstart La'an and Spock in a relationship, but as far as the B plot, shoot, what was the B plot?
The B plot was Scotty doesn't ask for help. Right. I hated the B plot because the B plot was Scotty is an asshole and Uhura kind of helps him, and it seemed really unprofessional and bad and wrong. And Una's like, Scotty, ask for help next time. And like I was like, that seemed like a terrible Star Trek lesson to learn. Always ask for help. Don't try to fix it by yourself and cover up. And it didn't feel quite right or good.
Right.
Love it.
I'm gonna put it as the win because I think that out of all of these episodes, it was completely unnecessary. Like even whimsically speaking, it was not necessary.
I think that it was as necessary as the episode where they got the Chimera Blossom. Nothing else important happened in that episode except for they got the Chimera Blossom. That's all that.
You are correct.
Like nothing important took place. So to me, that episode's the win because it was like I might rewatch this episode because it was light and airy. Acting is fun. It's playing with, you know, watching I forget what his name is, Paul Wesley play a character that is making fun of William Shatner's act, and I think that's funny. Watching the actor who plays Christopher Pike actively make fun of Roddenberry is kind of fun. It's kind of a fun joke.
So I switched.
I see you moved it.
I put shuttle to Kenfori. I can't even say it. Kenfori as the win, and I put a space adventure hour as 8 because even though it is unnecessary, it's actually better to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for buying my argument. We should keep going. I'm taking way too long on every episode.
Okay, the next episode is Through the Lens of Time. This is when we go to the planet and we learn about the Vesda and poor Gamble. And this is when Gamble passes, and we see this weird statue, but don't worry about that. The weird thing is that, like, Marie is like, I don't like you. And then they fight. That's what's in the center.
It's awesome.
There.
It's
and you're
awesome.
Like, and so
awesome.
we all think that it's because she got that Gorn in her, you know? But
it turns out it's because she's got that Gorn.
Hold on.
And sorry.
We don't know that yet.
We don't know that yet. You're right.
That Gorn in her is like, that is a bad guy. We see, it's yet another episode where we see that Roger Corby does not value other people's lives, and it's just he's reckless and careless, and all he cares about is his ticket to the SS Live Forever.
That part.
That is the only thing he thinks about, and Christine is,
and he likes Christine and wants to have her around, but is a bad boyfriend.
Well, he wants her to be by his side on the SS Live Forever. But, you know, like, he's still, like, the getting there is actually the most important thing in his life. Like, it's obvious that he does not care about, he does not care fundamentally about the safety of others, and we see this in this episode. That he did not care.
Word.
Like when Gamble died, he did not care. Not really.
Yeah, no, he did not. You're completely right on that.
There was very little. He was more like, okay. Now, this is technically a very, very important episode in the but also this is like part 1. This is part 1. Through the lens of,
like, the episode,
of time,
it holds up, though. I would say give it a 4. Give it a 4 for now, because I think it holds up. I revisited it before I recognized it was necessary.
I liked it. It made me sad. Because it was a sad episode, but also, like, it was very, very important because, like, we had that really, really huge moment where Pelia is like, does that, like, amazing, like, evil is real monologue, and then turns to the camera and says, "Do you want me to do that for the camera?" Because it was just so funny, and I love her. And
it's also, like, they set it up so well. From, like, the first scene establishes what the hell Beta is doing. It repeats the point of Beta. It also justifies the episode that is the Beto's doing a... Like, this season had a lot of, very special episode where Star Trek is doing a this vibe episode. Although Strange New Worlds likes to do that. Like, Strange New Worlds likes to do this kind of episode.
They like concepts. They do like...
Yes.
Like, the concept of the stuff. Now, hold on, let me make sure I choose the right picture.
The concept of the stuff.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah.
Now, next we have the Salat who ate its tail, which this is actually the first episode where they play chess. They play chess later in the season, but this is actually the first time that they, like, are actually sort of they play some chess games, and you see Kirk in command over who is going to be his new crew someday, and we see the phones, and we see and we have La'an and Pike trapped yet again. I mean, it's not like they're, I mean, you know, it's a rescue mission. It's a rescue mission.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was well paced. There's a lot of Kirk in this season. There's a lot of Kirk. Yeah. And there's not a lot of Kirk's brother. So, like, every time I see Kirk, I'm like, where is your brother? But this was fine.
Hike.
I also felt like, as with several of with many moments where they gave me a Scotty or a Kirk moment, I felt like they were saying, hey, Claudia, we don't respect you as an audience member who can enjoy a show, and so we've added a bunch of stuff from this other thing people used to like. I think we need to have to do that, or you won't buy it. And I'm like, oh, you didn't do that. I would have liked it. Wasn't.
You want to know what really bugs me about this episode? And we're gonna see this.
Oh, okay.
Again.
What?
We're gonna see it again in this season. Are there
what?
Are there only 2 ships in Starfleet?
Thank you. There's a lot of why is Kirk's ship the one that is the nearest to the Enterprise?
It is
always
the USS Farragut.
I had argued that the universe felt very small this season. And the reason that the universe felt small was because Roger Corby was near the Enterprise.
Close enough.
And the Farragut was close by as well. And in the first season, Marie Battelle was the captain of a ship. That meant they couldn't see each other. It was a barrier to their relationship. That was a thing in season 1. Now in season 3, you're going to be seeing Kirk all the time. Kirk's just dropping by, just there, being like, I come to see my brother. Oh, he's not here? Oh, he went on a solo hike?
Also,
What's the next? Oh,
Why
so
would you?
I would say
So
this episode's a 2. I thought this was a really good episode. I liked it. You disagree with me?
yes. No, I was thinking. I was just thinking.
Okay.
I wasn't disagreeing. I was just like, is it? Yeah, I think it is. So, I mean, and I think we're probably gonna. I think we're probably very much.
It
in
might.
agreement.
I
The
I,
next
I sense
episode-
it might be bumping things down though, because yeah. What's the next episode?
That would be, what is Starfleet?
Yeah. Okay. Now here's the thing. Mixed emotions, hardcore. Because I did not like this episode. I disliked it on several levels. And I also think it was really good Star Trek. I think it was really well made. I think that there's several audiences who like the hell out of this episode. So, mixed feelings. I don't know where to rank it because Claudia doesn't like it.
It's a concept. It's another concept episode because it's a documentary.
Because it's
episode.
a documentary.
We get a space whale type of thing, and who doesn't like a space whale? There's just so much heavy borrowing from like more and more borrowing of Doctor Who-ness. I like that Uhura in this episode changes her hair several times, which is fun, and we get a nice little, and we get another crew dinner, which I've been appreciating the number of crew dinners, and because here's the
Although
point.
I gotta say,
there is a purpose for them.
The crew dinners are disturbing me, however, because in TOS they actually make a point of leaning into the idea that they're in outer space. And in outer space, they're eating space cubes. There are some logics that are about, hey, you can't just have a turkey on the ship random style when you're in deep space. Where'd you get that turkey from? Where were you storing it? Like, how much energy does it take to make the turkey? So I enjoy all of these dinner parties, but it feels like I see the expression Maiamama is making. I'm gonna keep saying what I'm saying. Maya's going to try and say something about the temporal prime directive. Now that's changed everything. And I don't care. What I am saying, though, is in the original series and even in Enterprise, there were some writing choices that made you think it was based in the universe and the time period that this story was based in. And for Strange New Worlds, they often make storytelling choices that are deeply contemporary and are not based in that universe, where I'm like, oh yeah, it's a lot easier to have everybody in the Fun Time Kitchen dinner party. That's an easier scene to. But I think they should be eating space cubes.
It's not the temporal prime directive, by the way. That's not.
I messed it up. I know. I see it.
But due to the circumstances of the temporal Cold War, this is how the ship is designed and how it is made, and so I cannot count that as merit for judging the episodes, unfortunately, because this is just how it is. Now, I will say they really like using the exercise room in this season. It's like they built it and they're like, we spent a lot of money on this, so we got to use it.
Yes, they did. They did have a lot of, like, there's just one person in there kind of solo exercising.
Almost every
there's
episode.
Not in that room. Yeah, you're right.
But but it happens. But oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, but also, again, I keep referencing TOS. I'm wishing that they had referenced the TOS exercise room more, because Maya, William Shatner in a wrestling singlet, like just some ridiculous 1960s style choices that they did not do here. They're just like in a nice outfit in a room, and I'm like, where are the dumbbells? Where are the random 60s style women doing flips? Because you should have just a bunch of women randomly doing somersaults in there and exercising.
No, Claudia,
I'm telling you, TOS.
The things that you're naming are bad, and I am pleased.
But I liked them.
I'm pleased that those things have been fixed, because those
Okay,
are not good
you
things.
like this better.
Now,
You think
now,
aesthetically this is better. Okay.
aesthetically, it's better. The exercise room is aesthetically better, but also equipment is in the walls. That's already been established, that the extra exercise equipment is in the walls, and they just take it out. Now, the reason why I like the dinners in almost every episode that something happens is that they are fully establishing that Marie Patel has been spending a lot of personal time with each and every member of the crew. That even though she's the captain's girlfriend, and she is very important and very respected and well liked. And that's why, like, every single time, like, they're like, we really like you and you're great. It's like, it's even, we all know what's gonna happen. Now, I thought this episode was, I mean, I'm looking at my notes.
Like, I want to vote it at 5 myself.
Yeah, I would say that this episode was, What is Starfleet was mid. I don't think it was the worst episode.
You thought it was mid?
I don't think it was the worst episode of the season, but I also do not think it was the best, because I also did not love the story. I agree. And frankly, they had Uhura doing a few things this season that I didn't love particularly. But
I agree as well.
Like, I don't know what they were trying to do, but I mean, whatever.
Well,
but I mean, I guess we'll get there. Now, speaking of things I didn't like seeing Uhura do.
Okay.
We have the next episode, 4.5 Vulcans.
Oh, yeah.
So we have 4.5 Vulcans. We have Pike, Uhura, La'an, and Chapel all becoming hyper-focused Vulcans. They're not typical Vulcans. They are not. They do not act as Vulcans, as a normal Vulcan would act. I just want to be clear that your base average Vulcan doesn't hyper focus, act like a robot.
I agree / disagree, right? Like, I think that, like, Pike was actually acting like a regular Vulcan, right? Like I know that I have been arguing that the actor Anson Mount made some peculiar choices that I didn't like, where he made the Vulcan sound like a robot, like that, like where Vulcans do not change the level of their speech very much, and it's like, not that, actually. There are some Vulcans that are happy to inflect. We get to see, what's his name? Dave, Pete, Gary, what's his?
Okay, let's see. They have, Doug. His name's Doug. Sorry.
Doug. Now, here's the thing. I love the concept of Doug the Vulcan. And I really, really loved seeing where Doug the Vulcan compliments Spock on his ability to perform human things. Because I like the establishment of, there are some Vulcans that are really into human stuff. But, like, how some, like, people in America are really into Asian stuff, but, like, in a way where it's like, I don't think that that's totally cool. Like, you know how, like, somebody is really into anime, and you're like, I don't think this is anti-racist. The way you love this culturally specific thing doesn't feel anti-racist. It feels like it's not racist, but it doesn't feel anti-racist. You know how,
are we talking about, am I allowed to use the F word? The fetishizing? Because that's what it is.
Oh, yeah! Totally.
That's all it is. It's because it's when you go past appreciation and you move on to fetishization, and that's what that is. Now, like, here's my thing with these four Vulcans. So a Vulcan Vulcans experience extremely intense emotions, way, 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 way more intense than most humans can withstand. All they could do was take because what was transferred, because they had to do it for the story, but they were able to suppress and hold down their biggest emotions. But what ended up happening is that the largest emotion that they were feeling is what ended up getting amplified, and then every other emotion was tamped down. So you have Pike's need for perfection and his desire to make sure everything goes correctly and right. He's the person who knows what's right. You have Uhura's need for control, to make and you have La'an's need for security, and you have Christine's desire to accomplish her ambition.
Right.
Her ambition. Those are their strongest personality quirks. You take and in many ways it's their strengths. We took their strengths as people and they turned it to 11, and then they turned it
right.
So Christine's work ethic, the fact that she's like, I will get the job done, that got turned up way too far. La'an's need to keep everyone safe, she's like, I know we're gonna start a war and be the victors. And Uhura's desire to be fully understood turned into her taking over Beto's brain, essentially, and Pike's desire to make everything good and go well for Marie, because he knows best, ended up, doing what he did, calling her stinky and being a jerk.
This was the episode where I did not enjoy the sound design. I thought that the episode itself was well plotted. I didn't really enjoy what they had Rebecca Romaine doing this entire season. I feel like they were just leaving a lot of... I was like, this actress is so fucking epic and amazing and good at so many things. Why aren't you writing cool stuff for this character? And you're right. Like, you called this out at the top of the season. And, like, you called it out where you're like, you saw a costuming thing they were doing. And you're like, oh, no, they're Captain Momming her. And you were concerned. And I think you were totally right.
Yeah.
Because in this episode, she gets to have her hair down and she gets to be sexual. But the joke is she's sexual to somebody who's supposed to be unattractive. And I don't like that joke. I think it's a bad joke. I'm glad that Patton Oswalt is okay with being the butt of that joke all the time, but I don't think it's a great joke. I'm not into it. And also, I think that they spent a bunch of money on actors who are expensive this season. And I did not need Patton Oswalt to play Doug. I didn't need that. Low-key, I'm not sure who else would have played Trelane. I think they need to spend that money on that actor to play Trelane. It's that good.
Absolutely.
But I think anybody could have played Doug. I like Doug. Doug's cool on his own. We don't need a named actor.
Because they were just looking for an everyman. Oh, by the way, I just want to say real quick, because I did shuffle some things around, and I dropped What is Starfleet Down one, and then I put 4.5 Vulcans at number 5, because I think that 4.5 Vulcans is better than What is Starfleet.
I agree.
Just as far as it goes, I think it's better. I had more laughs. They had a dream ballet. I actually. Oh, all right. No, I'm gonna say Susan and Pete, the kids.
I have to disagree, though. That episode had problems. Like, literally, I remember us reflecting and being like, this dream ballet, I think, is an indication that something went wrong with the Patton Oswalt schedule. Doug storyline didn't make sense. And then we're inside the Vulcan mind, it was only a dream ballet for La'an and no one else. Like, that episode had some issues.
Because we were like, well, what
I'm not
happened in
going to
the other?
disagree
Where
with
the...
your
No, no, no,
ranking,
no,
but
no. I switched it back because I think you're right. Because I was trying to figure out what did we actually have a problem with. Thank you for naming that. Now,
now,
Terraria. I liked
leave everything
this
down one. I
episode.
thought it was awesome. Wait, what?
I liked it. I was gonna say I
You
liked
liked
this.
it? Yeah, I liked
I
it
like
too.
Terraria,
Yeah.
and so that's exactly what I was gonna say. We gotta bump everything down. I mean, I'm gonna say.
I was going to say, I think it was the second best episode of the season.
I think so too. I think that the last two episodes, Terrarium
Yes!
and the one that we're gonna see, are 1
Okay.
and 2 of the season.
Yeah,
Because like
agreed.
those are
Agreed.
the episodes that I want to watch in a row, one after the other.
Now, here's the thing. Episode 1 of the season, they give one of the characters a gigantic problem. And they give that character a problem that makes them more interesting with themselves and the way they engage with other characters for the entire season. And then they have an episode to resolve it. So I approve of the Ortega's arc. This worked for me.
So she, so throughout the season, first she had to figure out that she needed to stop, putting herself and her crewmates in danger just because she was afraid. That was the first step that she had to take. Then she had to stop being afraid for herself,
Right.
all the time, and that helped by her facing the direct thing that she was afraid of, which is the Gorn itself, themselves. And so, and did this Gorn have a name? I feel weird that we never called her anything.
No, we did. No, she did. She was given, like, yeah, I believe that Ortega's comes up with, like, something amusing to call this character, this other Gorn.
But,
I could look it up.
I like this episode for a few reasons, and I'm going to list them off. Static warp bubble, girls' night, the Swahili prayer that that Uhura does in the when they're trying to get to this planet that's in the middle of an asteroid field through a wormhole. It's like they also the Metrons having like another superpowered race. The thing about this episode is that or this season is that there is more of an acknowledgement that there are like OP, overpowered races that varying degrees are doing varying degrees of fucking around with people. And that this is just what the universe is. Like, so we have the Metrons, and the Metrons are like, we like to do experiments. We're gonna make sure that you don't remember me specifically, but you're gonna get it. We're gonna let you. We're gonna give you the gift. We're gonna give you this gift and make you not messed up in the head anymore.
And like this tracks. There is always in every iteration of Star Trek, there's always an episode where an overpowered alien experiments on the humans. I always enjoy overpowered aliens experimenting on the human episodes. Yeah. I can't name one where I've been like, I always like them. So yeah, I liked this.
Yeah, we got the Metrons, the Naceens, the Aconians, the 10C, like the Q, the whatever it is, Trelane is maybe a Q, probably a Q. Who cares? I just love, my notes that I wrote was fucking space gods, ellipses, because that's what I think of when I see it. I'm like, I love this. Yeah, give me some judgment.
The Gorn did not have a name. She was just gendered.
That's why it was just girls' night.
Yeah.
I like this episode. I thought it was good. I wish that maybe, and I know it's because we didn't have any time, I wish there had been maybe a little conversation. Maybe just a little bit of a conversation that Ortegas and La'an have, because La'an did kill her her new best friend. And
Yeah, like
she made that comment
really
at the end of the episode. She was like,
the
the
and then
Gorn was my friend, La'an was my friend, and then the next episode, it's like, we're having a party, dinner party with everybody. Wearing a mixture of time clothing. Some things look a little 70s, and some things look a little 80s.
Yeah.
Some things look a little 90s, and it's fun, and I love it. And they're all having dinner, because, like, look at what a great group of friends they are. This group of friends, never gonna separate. Everything's gonna be fine.
They'll be together forever. Pike's Dinner Party. That's what we're renaming the TV show. It's called Captain Pike
Dinner Party.
Uninterrupted Dinner Party, where nothing ever bad happens to any of the people who go to his dinner party. Loving the costumes.
It's usually just new people or people who aren't crew that go to the dinner party that bad things happen to. But yeah, no, it was great. I loved seeing all the casual wear. I really dug the casual wear, and because I like, in any Star Trek that exists, I love seeing what they wear when they're not at work. And my favorite outfit is Spock's. Because Spock doesn't change his.
Because he's just wearing his own uniform. That's so silly. That's silly and delightful. So this is definitely the Cisco of the season, obviously. Now it's interesting because oftentimes the opening episode or the final episode is going to be the Cisco of the season, because that's the episode where they spend more money. They know they need to leave you with a good feeling, a good idea. Now sometimes at the end of a season, they're like, we're leaving you feeling like you're in the middle of something. I didn't actually enjoy how I felt at the end of season 2, but I did. I was eagerly awaiting season 3 because of how they closed season 2. But I didn't go. That was the best episode ever. Even though it was a really good episode. This episode, I was like, oh, this was one of the best episodes of Strange. Yes. And in some ways, it felt like they were like, just in case we don't get 2 more seasons, let's make it work. Let's make this, because this could have been a series finale. It could have been. It felt like a series finale, and then it was like a hat trick that it wasn't, and it was an indication.
Yeah, and I thoroughly loved this episode. I love anything with time shenanigans in it, and this was a perfect little causal loop, and what I enjoyed is that everything's very, very subtly built up to the beholder, to Marie being the beholder. It wasn't expected. None of us expected, but what I also
no one expects the beholder.
But what I also liked is that, like, so there's this scene when Christine is the one who figures out that this statue of the beholder is Marie. And she's like, well, I didn't check it for DNA, because why would I check a statue for DNA? And I like that, because I was like, that makes sense. They run tons of tests, but it's not like they're going to run every test. It's a statue. It looks like some crystalline structure, and as far as scanning it, that's for the most part what it said it was.
The only reason they are able to beat the Vesda is because no one knew. Not even Marie. Yeah. Until Marie needed to know.
Until her eyes went all universal. I liked that a lot. I liked that she was like, everything looks normal though. And he's like, it does not look
There are
normal.
Several episodes from TOS season 1 where people's eyes turn weird. Yes. And that's the Gary.
I liked the Gary Mitchell of it all. I was thinking of the Gary Mitchell
exactly.
Of it all, and I liked it. Yeah. I liked it. I dug it. I was like, I get you. It also, it made me cry. Also, we have the first real bonding moments between Spurk, this is when they make the choice and conscious decision and say it out loud that they are friends.
Yes.
This is the moment that they like. Yes, they like mind melded, and here's
Yeah, like we got like a literal spark.
Yeah,
we got literal spark though. Come on.
The thing was is that I really really enjoyed this episode because it gave me a whole bunch of things that I like. It gave me causality loops. It gave me a very long like breadcrumb trail that gets us to what the actual thing was. Very 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 reminiscent of the Red Angel. When we find out that the Red Angel, first we were like, oh, the Red Angel's Michael, then we're like, no, it's not Michael. No, it was Michael. And that is awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
And that's the thing with this one, is that you're like, what? Oh. And then it was like, no, it's not that she had that Gorn in her. It's because she had that Gorn, that Illyrian, that human, that Chimera Blossom, that Tuvixed all of that together.
Tuvixed it all. She was the ultimate Tuvix too. Like I find it interesting that this final episode was like, hey, what if somebody got? Yeah, to a certain extent. Although here's the thing: Tuvix was two separate humans coming together. She's one person having DNA stuff happen, so it's not exactly the same as it's a Tuvixy. It's a Tuvixis, but it's not completely.
Because the Gorn are built or are born with genetic memory. So and so what happened was her and a Gorn were bonded together with Illyrian blood that
right, because she had baby Gorn in her, and it was like, oh, the only way to not become Gorn is to become Gornish.
Exactly. Yeah, she had to be Gornish because otherwise she was gonna go full Gorn. And I really liked
having Gorn coming out of her everywhere, and that is not pretty.
I liked the last moments of this episode. I was looking through their life together, of Marie and Chris's life together, and I was like, it actually was a lot longer than I thought it was, even though it felt so short when like in its experience, because their life that was too short in a lot of ways. It was supposed to be that way, but I loved that whole thing. I do find it really sad that he will remember it forever.
I don't know.
Also,
again,
but also
would
it's
it be
really, really beautiful because
I would love to have
it.
Exactly. Like Maya, I would love to get to have an entire life with someone and be sad about them having lived 80 years and passing away, having lived a full life.
But
like I wouldn't mind.
Now he can
having,
go to the beep box. Now
like the Picard thing, like doing little light things.
The inner
light. No. I would not mind getting inner lighted, like I'd be cool with it. I low key get why Mariner's like, let's try to have like some profound life adventure. We're stuck on this planet.
Legit.
And time works differently here. Like I get it.
That's why kept getting thrown into jail, but like I get it. So
at some point, I don't have Strange New World episodes in my brain hardcore enough to do comparison for the 3 seasons. I don't have them in my brain enough. Right. But I will say this: Strange New Worlds is holding the fuck up. It's making me want to watch it from the beginning all the way back to now. I think I'm going to enjoy myself watching 3 years of content and revisiting it. I think I'm going to enjoy myself a lot. So, Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 3, I think it was pretty good, is what I'm saying.
It was really good. I thought it was really good. It should have been longer. And if it had been longer,
that was our
really
complaint.
Good. If it had been longer, it would have been great. Because I really think that like every season of every TV show has a few myths, a few. But when you only have 10 episodes, you can't really afford that, and that's. But it's also just what happens.
Like, but here's the thing: all the episodes were really well made, right? Like none of them were dud. Like TNG had some duds where it was just like, oh, you failed. Not only it didn't look good, it wasn't acted well, and that story was dumb. Oh no, that was a full wash.
Yeah.
Then there were episodes that was mid because it was like, oh, terrible special effects, but the acting was really good and the story was interesting. Or acting terrible but interesting story, cool special effects. I would argue that like acting good in every single episode of this season. Top-notch acting.
Yes.
Spending money looking good every single episode. In fact, that's why I don't like it. I would like for it to look 50% worse so I could have double the
conversation. We did have that conversation, I think, for several times because what is it, Olatunde? He directs amazing Star Trek, and it looks beautiful, and it's like I don't need that much.
Yeah, like
I don't need that much. You can pull back, like I'm gonna say, probably a quarter of that. Save a quarter of that and give me a little bit of a better story.
I literally this morning I was trying to figure out the word for the kind of bad sci-fi aesthetic that I have a taste for low budget choices that are made to do a sci-fi or fantastic storytelling thing where it's like, oh, all right, that was real fake and terrible, but I know exactly what that was meant to evoke, and I'm with the story, and I like it. Maybe
I was gonna say back then that's what they had to work with, and nowadays they really can do better.
Exactly, but here's the thing. I don't think they have to do better. Like, kind of the point of the movies having elevated aesthetics was like, the entire point was, oh, a movie gets to look better than a TV show. Now the TV shows feel like they have to look as good as a movie, and I don't even know what the difference is. So, like, Section 31, like, was less awesome, also partially because, you know, it's like, yeah, it's like everything else.
It's a weak, it was a really, it was neither Star Trek nor Section 31.
Well, I was going to say, like, Section 31 was disappointing because if it had been, ooh, this looks better than any of the TV shows, because they got to do a movie, so they got to spend extra money on it, that would have been interesting. But in fact, it was, oh, this is actually cheaper than the TV shows, because they're making a movie instead of a series, and so anyway, my larger observation is Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 is very attractive. I would have been okay with them having it look a little worse and me getting 1 or 2 episodes.
I agree. Now, really quick, I'm going to go through the full rank so that we know all of that, and then I can clip it. So, at number 10, we have Shuttle to Kenfori. At number 9, Hegemony Part 2. Hegemonoma. Number 8, A Space Adventure Hour. Number 7, 4.5 Vulcans. Number 6, what is Starfleet? What is it? It's the military organization and arm of the United Federation of Planets. Just so you know, that's what it is. The military arm of the United Federation of Planets. But that's not what we're talking about. Number 5, we have Through the Lens of Time. Number 4, Wedding Bell Blues. Number 3, the Salot who ate its tail. Number 2, Terrarium. And number 1, New Life and New Civilizations, and that's the Trek rank for Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds clip. And so I hope that actually clipped correctly. Check out those clips on all of our socials, but that's the rank of this season. And I do think it's funny because I wouldn't say I hate any of these episodes. I mean, I will not watch I will not watch Shuttle to Kenfori. I won't watch that one, but I will watch all the other ones. Also, I will say, if you don't want to watch all these episodes and you just want to get the gist of it, watch Hegemony Part 2. Then watch which one was this? The not What is Starfleet, the one where Through the Lens of Time. Then you watch the Through the Lens of Time. Then you watch Terrarium, and then you watch New Life and New Civilization.
Ooh.
Gives you the gist.
Okay,
Because everything else is a lot of filler.
I'm loving this. So this is a gist flight. The season 3 gist flight. That is brilliant. We should come up with gist flights for every season of Star Trek, where it's just like, yeah, if you watch these 6 episodes or these 4 episodes, you'll get the gist of like everything that you need to know.
Yeah, like you need a little
brilliant.
Bit more. Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
You need a little bit more than just the first and the last. But yeah, that's my take. I did love this season, and I want more Star Trek. And I really hope that we get season 4 in less than a year and a half's time. I don't know how long it's been. It just feels like it's forever. And I need some more, or at least they can make a really good new Star Trek video game. Maybe they could do that. I need some more Star Trek. Like if people could just help me out with that. Got any more of that Star Trek? Okay. Claudia, make the
bye.
Thing. And I'm going here, and then I'm gonna say the stuff, because we did it. We did the Trek rank, and I'm so proud of us. And then I say, thank you so much for joining us. Trek Talk is a Calling Up Justice production. Special thanks to your host, me, Maiamama. For more information on me, check out my Linktree. That's Linktree/Maiamama. And special thanks to our executive producer, Claudia Alick. For more information on Claudia and Calling Up Justice, check out their Linktree. That's Linktree/Calling Up Justice. If you'd like to be involved in the Calling Up Justice community, check out our links. Go to the Calling Up Justice website. Next week, we're going to do another Trek rank. That's right. We were talking about doing a Trek rank on... Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. It was like God-type power people. The overpowered
God-tier aliens!
God-tier aliens next week. Yeah, come and see us. Okay, peace and long life. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.